got a 400th one for you this week.
That's right. Can you believe it? Another 100 episodes under the belt.
And your belt is aproning, you know what I mean? It's holding up a lot. So join us on this fun adventure with a very funny man, Bryan Safi, where we get into it. We talk about working in television. We talk about eating guacamole whole. And we get a touch of Ellen.
Just a touch, honey.
No, you were there. You were invited, Ellen.
Enjoy.
Oh.
Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213
Hey.
536 9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. Oh, how you stop you stupid little you not so you dirty. One was sloppy second with Big Dipper and Meatball. I'm Meatball, and that's Big Dipper. And these are feathers. And I think, do you want to get on my tongue?
How do you get your tongue to look green along with the outfit?
And
Oh,
my teeth
you're
too,
back-
probably.
You're back on the sauce.
I'm back on the sauce. The other night.
Pancreatitis?
Be
She's
damned.
back.
She
She's
back.
back in the house.
So the other night I hosted the Lockwood 10-year anniversary.
Which you boldly announced in front of the entire group of people that it was the 5-year anniversary.
It's not my fault that I was given no note cards. And it was the 10-year anniversary. And then afterwards, everyone went to go get barbecue, but I was in full drag, so I didn't. So I ordered barbecue to my house. And when I ordered barbecue, I spent $120 on it. And I got a full rack of ribs.
Lucille's? Where'd you get it from?
Blood cells. Yeah, you're going to do that. So I got a full rack of ribs. And then I got a half a chicken. And then I got 3 Texas sausage links. And then I got brisket.
How'd your butt feel?
Well, my pancreas hurt and my butt was fine, but I'm back on the sauce because I caused a flare up.
And can I
And it hurt.
say something revealing?
I was pretty.
No, that you said, I think maybe to no one earlier.
What?
Said I gotta lose some weight before my family
Before my
comes.
family comes, because my mom is gonna shame me. My mom is not nice.
All right. Well, why don't you introduce our very special
Please
guest?
welcome to the stage our today's guest. Oh my God, I'm having a stroke. A comedian, a writer, a professional gay person, and actor. It's Bryan Safi.
I am so beyond thrilled to be here. I love your show so much. I also am dreading seeing my mother for the holidays
Oh, it's gonna be
because
awful.
it's always just a full body scan the second she sees me.
Wow.
And then gives me advice, and she'll be like, I've said this before, but the last time I was home, I didn't even have my backpack off yet. And she said, lift your arms for a few seconds and then beat your armpit, and it'll get rid of the bags under your eyes. First thing she said to me. By the way, I know I did
Did it
it.
work? Did it work?
I don't think it did because she goes, now go look in the mirror. But I didn't look at what my eyes looked like before, so I only knew of the after, and I haven't done it since.
But also,
how do
it's a
you-
long travel day. This was, you flew all the way back to Texas? Or
Yeah,
was somewhere
to
else?
surprise her for her birthday. The first thing she did was not act surprised, but tell me about the bags under my eye. I mean, literally, it's every time.
How do you
That's
come on?
Nikki.
How do you figure that part out?
I don't
It's
know.
probably that thing with like everyone's lymph nodes are connected.
It's a
to
lymph node thing, I
something,
think,
to
yeah.
something else, and you got to drain them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I will be getting my face gua shed before my mom comes too. That's where they move all the.
I love that.
Wait.
Isn't it great?
Someone does that for you?
Yeah, you can
It's
go
like
in
a
and they'll
tool,
just
right,
fucking-
that they
yeah,
use?
but and they can like move the fluid in your face.
Where
away.
at? Let me come.
All right, I'll give you my lady. She's nice.
I want to get one of those.
She doesn't speak a lick of English, and I know she's talking shit about me in the back.
Oh, anytime as a fat person, anytime you go anywhere that is service involved, you know they're talking shit about you.
You ever had a pedicure?
Yes, I have, but you know what? It's been like a million years, and I was actually just thinking, I guess most men should be getting manicures and pedicures, and we don't.
I go all
don't.
the time.
You do?
Yeah.
And is it a lovely experience?
No, but I go to the same place where they don't look at me. My feet are a journey.
Did you ever do the baby feet?
Oh.
Did you do the baby
Yes,
feet?
and it ruined my feet.
It's the worst.
Wait, how? Tell me, because I've actually been very curious.
It isn't like a, ew, I put these bags on and feel weird for 8 hours, and then in the morning, baby feet. It's like a month and
It
a
takes
half
a
long
month.
process.
So your feet just
And they're,
peel
like,
for a
peeling the whole-
month.
Yes.
And you can't just like rip it off because part of it is still connected to your feet.
It's a
and then
slow
it also
peel.
gave me plantar warts on one foot that I had to get removed. Isn't that disgusting?
This is what I want to say.
Isn't that disgusting? I'm
That
sorry.
is
We're really putting you
awful.
through the ringer.
No, I'm here for
We're-
it because these are
before we
all
even
warnings.
started, we told you the DNA theft story.
Yes, but that was DNA theft. I mean, I actually like I love true crime, and so that was a huge violation. That was a true crime story.
Listen, I could
Oh my
text
God.
that
Give me
guy
that
right-
Netflix talk
I
immediately.
could text that guy right now, and I'm sure he would like send me some video of him like he's very he feels no shame about that. That wasn't some
Good.
like, secret plan he pulled off.
No,
It
he was like showing off for
yeah,
you.
he was like, this is how I work. Wait, the baby feet thing, just to circle back, I like was embarrassed to go places because I had to wear my socks everywhere I went, no matter what. Like, I don't know, sometimes in the
He's
summer.
got wrecked feet.
And then,
Wrecked.
and then when at night you're like, well, my
You're
day
like
is
shedding.
day is done, and you peel your sock off and you have to like shake it out. Like it's kind of awful.
Did it have staying power?
Yes, eventually the feet were great.
And for how long?
I don't know, 6 months.
Okay. Not yours though.
No, mine
Yeah.
were no good. I say just go get a pedicure and have them take the cuticles stuff
Yeah.
and all that off.
I
and-
go
I gotta
like,
do it.
every 2 weeks to get a pedicure, and I
See-
go to the same place because they just like know that I'm there. They know I'm gonna tip them.
No small talk.
They
That's
and
my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
Your
Yeah.
favorite?
I love no small talk.
Oh, I thought you meant the small talk. is
No,
my favorite.
God, no.
No,
I
please
dread
don't talk
that.
to me. And whatever you do, don't look me in the eye. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? I just don't want to know what's going on down there. I want to be on my phone. And sometimes they'll look up and be like, see? See?
Right.
And they'll show you what they've taken off your foot. And you're like, I don't want to know.
Occasionally, when I get a facial, she'll go, "Do you want to see what I pulled out?"
Ah!
And I have said yes before, and I'm never doing it again because
Oh,
it's
no.
not that great.
gross.
Where do you go for a facial?
Heyday, do you know this place?
Yes, I win. It's so expensive, Brian.
Well, and I'm going to
Well,
tell you
she's
this
rich.
I know
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
mean, this I
We had a
know.
strike this year as a ride or die, as a Heyday ride or die.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, they give their this is where they you. They give their base price as being $99.
Uh-huh.
But then the second you do, they put
Would you like to sit down?
anything
25 extra dollars.
completely.
Yeah.
And by the time you're out of there, you're like, how is it a deal that I spent $300 on a
Yes.
facial? I
But
couldn't
I
agree
think
more.
it's worth it. Your skin is beautiful.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
really nice.
thank
You look
you.
really nice.
I appreciate that.
Mine's
well,
a
they take out a
wreck.
lot of
Where
gunk.
do you go, and how much is it?
Mine is a dermatologist, so what we're doing is very different. than
What do
just
you
a
do there? Do you
regular
get like
facial.
the?
Oh, because you get your bumps and
I
lumps.
get weird little like bumps and lumps that I have to get cut off, and then I have to do it at a certain time because then there's time when I'm not in makeup, and if I
Yep.
get it done and then wear makeup, it gets worse.
Have you guys ever done the micro needling thing?
No, but I want to
I'm
so
dying
bad.
to do it. I know, me too. I'm dying. To
I
do
also
it.
want to get that vampire facial where they take your
Yes,
blood and
and
spin
spin
it,
it.
and then they do. Okay, one time I had my blood removed and spun because I was getting my plate or something put under my eye, but it came
Okay.
out of my blood.
Platelets?
Not platelets,
Plasma.
plasma.
for
I was
like a
ha-
cosmetic thing.
Yeah, to make the dark circles go away.
You should have
Oh,
just.
I didn't know they.
I should have been. Yeah, I
give
should
me
have.
a
Why
slap
did you
at
start
those
slapping
pits.
the pits? But she, after she took my blood out and spun it, she went. She held it up and she went, "Look how much fat is in your blood," and was clinking on it.
See what
with
I'm
her
talking
nail.
about?
She
See
goes,
what I
"This
mean?
is what's in your blood."
Like, let me fill out A, B, C, or D about whether I wanted to see
I don't
it or
wanna
not.
know!
Absolutely not.
Wow.
It was also a day right after I had fried chicken. Anyway, what's going on with you? Are you having a wonderful time?
What can I tell you? I'm having the best time of my life. I'm recovering from Thanksgiving, preparing for Christmas, terrified of it, and just living.
Living
Yeah.
life.
I want to know more about your judgmental mother. Is she from Texas?
She's from Texas. She's from Austin before Austin got cool, though, like when it was like a small town, essentially. And yeah, she just is always giving me. She is someone who brand names really worked on. Like one time, Bank of America had a debit card called Bank of AmeriCard. I bank at Citibank, and she'll say, like, do they have a Bank of America card?
Oh, no.
She also, to this day, there's like literally
That's Nikki.
branding works so she is the demo for
Oh
everything.
my gosh.
And they'll say like, well, she'll like go into Starbucks and say, can I get a Starbucks? And they're like, what kind? And she goes, just medium Starbucks, foamy Starbucks. Like she just describes what a Starbucks anything is. She does that.
I want to live like that.
She also, anytime she orders a pizza from anywhere, one time when I was 8 years old, Domino's Pizza had a special, make it a large, medium charge. Meaning you could order a large pizza and get a medium
Make
price.
it a large.
medium charge. Oh, I like that.
And you would charge it on your Bank of America card.
Of course.
Yes.
And she still orders pizza that way. Anywhere.
just make it a
Can
large.
you make it a large, medium charge?
And they're like, what?
You know what? No. They don't say anything. I don't actually, you know what? I need to look at her receipts next time to see, like, I wonder if they're charging her. Maybe she says it with such authority that they're just like, okay, we will.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
I gotta figure it out. Yeah.
That's
But she's great.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we like to start at the very beginning here at Sloppy Seconds.
Oh yeah, it's a very good
Did
place to
you
start.
move from Texas to LA, like honed in on comedy?
I moved from Texas to New York, honed in on being as much drama as I could find in my life, just like being a dramatic actor, dramatic writer.
Got it.
And then started doing like improv classes there and was like, oh no, I think comedy's more my thing. And then moved to LA after that.
What is the like to me the comedy thing feels very much like a path you can seek out. What is the dramatic path?
Right. So I'll tell you, after
Right?
they're really, I don't really know. I mean, like after we, like I graduated from like drama school, we had a showcase.
Yeah.
I ended up doing a season at something called the Shakespeare Theater in DC, which is like the national
Sure.
classical theater. I quickly realized that was like not for classical actors are like another thing. They
Right.
live, breathe, they wake up thinking about it. They go to bed thinking about it. They criticize. I got notes all the time from other actors, but I barely understood the plays I was in.
Mhm.
I was
Oh.
in Henry IV Part 1 and 2, which literally every single person I invited to, it fell asleep during it, and I barely
Well,
stayed
it's
awake.
boring.
I love that. I
So
love
When
that.
does
fucking
the
boring.
war happen?
It's I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. It was so boring. And then from there, I think I just was like, I don't know that dramas is, which is funny because now I'm on a show that's a drama. But
Right.
at the time, I was sort of like, this isn't really. I don't think I'm A, good at it, and B, it's not really ticking the boxes. Yeah.
So then you found yourself what, doing UCB?
Doing UCB, and then I got a job in LA that was working not for the Grammy Awards, but for like writing stuff for the Recording Academy, which was like the not-for-profit that puts on the Grammy
Yeah,
Awards.
and they like
Oh,
have
yes,
the,
and they have the museum downtown.
They have the
Town.
museum,
Yes.
all
Yeah.
of that. So then I worked there, and that was sort of the first thing. And then from there, I got a job at Funny or Die had just started.
Yes.
Oh!
And so I got a job with them, at first being an assistant and then ultimately writing for them. And that was like sort of the first job I count as like a true, professional job, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you like and you've been podcasting for
Ever. Since like, honestly, since like 2012 or something.
since Apple invented the word.
I think
Before they-
Obama had just won like again.
Yeah.
And
my
then we started.
God.
And they were like,
Yeah.
"Do you remember this iPod? You can put radio shows on demand
do remember
inside
that.
this iPod."
Yeah. And I barely even, I don't think I'd ever heard another one, to be honest.
And you were like, "Well,
You're
we'll
just like, I'm
start
gonna
it."
talk.
I got this.
That's like
yeah.
that TikTok sound. My gay gene gives me the audacity
Oh, yeah.
to think that I can do anything.
Right. Yeah.
What was it like? Oh, I guess we'll just do a podcast.
Yeah. And we were doing it obviously for nothing. I think there was like a couple of networks back then. Because really back then it was just TV shows on a podcast. Like an episode of The Daily Show was a podcast. An episode, I guess Mark
Yes.
Maron was doing his
Right.
thing,
Yeah.
something like that. And then we just quickly found an audience because there were one or two sort of podcasts with a queer bent or talking about
Yeah,
gender.
but not really.
Not really. And so that was, especially at the time, I think how we broke out of the crowd is because there wasn't a crowd.
Right.
And so from there, we just kept building and building.
And
building.
we're of course talking about your very well-known, famous hit podcast, Throwing Shade, which is now called Attitudes.
Attitudes, exactly. Yeah.
And how long before the name change?
It was like 2016, I think, or 2017 when the name change happened. We had gotten, we sold a show
Right.
to TV Land to make it a television show. And it was a really not a very nice experience. I mean, it was fun in that I can't believe we're doing this.
Right.
But we didn't really get along well with the person who was running that specific show.
Oof.
They had brought someone on from a show that was like extremely bro-y in nature, and we just clashed a lot.
Oof.
Oh God.
And it was really after the sort of disappointment of that experience that we were sort of like, we just want to freshen this. Like, we just want a new thing.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
and also I think with the acknowledgement that like two white people really shouldn't be using the term throwing shade as like their brand.
Sure, sure.
We
Oh.
we were just we had started like so young and dumb, and it was sort of both things that we were like, let's change this.
Well, also
That's
think
smart.
about like what has happened in the last 3 years with the terms like throwing shade and slay and reading. Like
Oh yeah.
they are now like you
Old-fashioned.
watch like Rachel
Oh, yeah.
Maddow and she's like, were they throwing shade in Congress? And it's like, but when you guys were doing it, it was very underground slang.
Right,
still.
exactly.
Yes.
But then yes, it was a mix of all those things that we were like, and there was some talk show in the 90s on Lifetime called Attitudes, hosted by Deidre Hall.
Oh my god.
Wait,
And
what?
So, yes, it is the most boring. They're literally like they would literally be like, "Oh my god, I got a pedicure last night. We're gonna talk today about how to get a pedicure for 30 minutes." Like it was just insufferable.
That
But
sounds
the
great to me.
graphics package was so good. I think a lot of them
Oh.
are on YouTube now, and we were like, and we
Attitudes.
just loved it. So we took that right from them. But
That's
Good.
amazing. Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
deserve to have
But
it.
I think that speaks to we also very much less of a big deal.
Not a big deal at
uh,
all.
Not a big deal at all. Had a show and we were not allowed to take the title with us when we came over to this network.
Even though
Right.
they said we could.
Even though
even though it was your show,
it was our show.
so messed up.
And it felt so stupid that they were holding on to it. And so we sort of had this like kind of crisis internally. We were like, we've built this show for 2 years. What are we going to do? Blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And then we just changed the title. And like this
And we
show
like it
is
better.
like, we like it better. This show is doing bigger and better. We've been
Right.
doing it for way longer than that. You know, like, but
There's something freeing about like I do feel like Aaron and I, or I could just speak for myself, felt definitely after that experience and even changing the name, feeling like, okay, I'm gonna just do whatever the I want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
because it really is about the chemistry and the partnership more so than it is about like the framework in which, and we see this out in the world all the time. I mean, those two guys,
those guys.
Martin Short and Steve, the
Steve
other
Martin.
one.
Steve
Yes,
Martin.
yes, but
Steve
like,
Martin.
you know, they've been working together for years and years and years, and you're
Yeah.
like, it always works, and it's like, put them on another
Right.
TV show with Selena Gomez, it'll still
gonna work.
It's gonna work. She's
Yeah.
a weak link on that show. I'll say
Do
it.
you know I still have never seen an episode?
How have you not seen it?
Isn't
It's
that
so good.
crazy? Everyone
They
says
just
it's
added
so
Meryl
good.
Streep
And, like
to the
Meryl
fucking
fucking
cast.
Streep. I know.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
You
I
got
can't
to
believe
get in
haven't.
there.
I got to.
It's what you want to.
What are you watching? What are your TV shows? What are you
Nothing
into?
good. I'm
Isn't that the
watching.
worst?
Yeah, like just garbage. I am sadly one of those truly basic gay people who does watch some housewife shows. I do that.
I don't
I
like the
know.
new
I know.
cast.
I
They're
know.
a global
It's a franchise.
sensation.
They are. I do. So I do love those shows. I do watch some true crime, but in terms of scripted stuff, I am like out of to watch. I'm not watching anything. I just watched May December, the movie. So I
Oh.
am watching some movies.
Okay.
I watched Saltburn. That was very good.
Was it
Heard
as crazy
about
as
that.
everyone's saying?
It was pretty crazy. It was
Now,
pretty
why
crazy.
does every movie now have to have the craziest sex scene you've ever seen for people to see it?
I know. And by the way, have you
now what
ever
happens in that sex scene?
have you ever seen one that like truly shocked you? I really haven't even had
A
it.
sex scene?
Yeah.
I heard the Saltburn one is crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
Requiem for a Dream was pretty nice.
Oh, the
Requiem-
double-ended dildo. But that's
I-
like a Tuesday night in New York City.
no, but the way
Lower East
the
Side, baby.
story
That's right
was
on the Lower East Side.
told.
I have to say, I almost walked out of that movie on that part. Like
Oh,
I
no.
became
Oh,
a
no,
raging.
it's coming up.
I
It's coming up.
I became a raging conservative during that scene. I was just like, now this is we have delved into. Like I was
It's
so
too
offended. It
much.
was too much.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Have you ever seen Wicked?
I have.
Thoughts?
I don't love it, and I know I'm probably in the minority.
No, we kind of agree here.
Yeah, it's not my. I don't think the
Act
music's
2 is pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Act 2 is the worst part.
Can
Why even have
someone
it?
at home make a compilation of people saying Act 2 is bad?
I,
'Cause
I
think
asked
we
every guest
have
this question.
Yeah,
because
Act
I
2
think
is
they're
bad.
like-
80 to 100 clips of
Oh,
music.
yeah. What is this? Episode 400?
This
Yeah,
is
it's bad.
episode 400.
Is it congratulations?
Thank you.
you so
Congratulations. Thanks for
much.
being here.
I'm thrilled. Has this been planned for 399 weeks that I would be the guest for?
Absolutely.
As
We
you can
needed
tell
a tag.
from the 2 quick emails I sent.
You know what though? Sometimes you don't even get those emails. So I
Oh,
the
no,
check-ins?
no, you don't get the follow-up email. That I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
It's rare.
I tried
Wait,
my
which
best.
follow-up? Oh,
Because he reconfirmed and was like just making sure like tomorrow at 3 is good. Da,
Oh,
da,
yes,
da. And I was
yes.
like, I appreciate that. I don't always do that myself even.
Well,
so
sometimes it's hard.
sometimes it's hard. Sometimes they don't even
Happy
show up.
400!
I know.
Sometimes
Just,
they
like,
pull a real
straight-
and just don't even.
Did she do that
come.
here?
No, she did that to us in New York.
Okay.
Right? See, bring a compilation of that up too. I spent a whole episode talking on that little bitch.
Well, it is annoying.
It's
It is.
weird.
And like you said, sometimes people do it with zero notice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who
Like-
have people ever canceled on you? Just
I'm
like
sure
out of the
I
blue.
wish I could think. I'm sure it's actually happened several times on the Ask Rana show. It happens every now and then. You know what the worst is though? I hate when you bring people on your show and then they like won't repost about it.
Oh,
Not that that's
yeah.
part of the contract,
No.
No,
but it's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
There's-
not hard to hit repost.
Come
There's-
on.
Your
there's-
story is not sacred. None of your
Exactly.
stories are that good.
No.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean?
No.
And there's levels to it. There's like the
What?
I don't know. There's like, hearting when you post the story, reposting the story, actually engaging and doing a grid post.
When they just give you a heart,
When they give you nothing,
when they give
we've
you
had nothing.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, where we're like, we had a wonderful time with you. Thanks so much for being there. Heart. Not even a me had good time too or something. You know, nothing.
Not even a ditto.
Not even. Samesies.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Wait, so did you make a conscious decision to be
Gay.
I
professionally
did.
gay?
It's a choice. No, I'll tell you, I got really. I've never said that word that way. I got really
Really?
active.
Really active.
That Texas came out real
What,
quick.
I got came out
Dodgeball league or
real fast
something?
today. Did you ever have an accent, by the way?
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
I got really activated in the like back in 2008 during the No on 8 stuff, the marriage stuff, and then from there I had pitched a show on a tiny network called Current TV.
He said no on 8, not no on AIDS.
No, I know, but I was thinking, who was the photographer that did the no?
Remember
hate?
with the tape?
What was his name?
But it's not even just one. People just started remaking that iconic
Right.
photo.
No, what is his name?
No hate.
Anyway, sorry.
Like by the end of it, like the youngest kid on like Growing Pains was doing that, and you're just like,
We've gone too far.
it's 2015. Like I should hope so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
When American Apparel started making like the legalized gay shirts, I
Right.
was like, we lost the
Guys,
plot. We gotta
can't-
stop.
We can't
I
do
can't.
this.
This isn't worth it.
This is like retro in a bad way.
Yeah.
I got activated then, and then I ended up I ended up being on a TV show on a network called Current TV that Al Gore used to own.
Current.
What?
Yeah, I remember
The inventor
Current.
of the internet?
The inventor of the internet. And then I had a segment on there called That's Gay that was about how the media treats gay people, but it was funny. It was like,
Yes.
and it was like YouTube clips, basically. It was
Okay.
like 5-minute clips. But
So you invented the soup.
I invented the soup. In that, I copied the soup. I invented the gay soup, I guess.
Yeah.
But then it was the
Jizz.
only sort of way I was having success was like being myself and like
Right.
being
Yeah.
gay. And so, yeah.
I felt like when I was in acting school, they spent so much time trying to be like, this is how you play straight. This is how
Yeah.
you not bop around. This is how
Right.
you lower your voice.
Bop
And then I
around.
was, because I bounced when I walked and they were like, but
Right,
it's just
same,
like,
yeah.
it's just like, why did they try to beat it out of me instead of being like, yeah, just be weird. Like,
Right.
it'll pay off more.
So you went to drama school also?
Yeah, it was not fun for me.
I mean, I enjoyed the people, but I will say the sort of I came out of there a basket case because it was the lesson was don't act how you are.
Yes. And so anytime you had an audition,
Right.
it wasn't like, oh, just play this character and like be natural. It was like, do so far from who you are
Right.
and then try to play that.
Right.
And there was layers and it never worked
And
out.
it would just be your performance would have just been like a robot because it was
Yeah,
just
you'd be
like I've
I'm
got
straight.
I
do-
can't move my yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hi, pussy.
I can't move my
Pussy tight.
hands. They lived right here. For the longest.
Exactly.
It is so interesting to think about how quickly things are moving generationally.
Yeah.
Like even
Well, now I
just-
think people are a little too gay. We could tone it down.
But now it's like
There's the limit. There is
you
a
know,
limit.
there are so many more queer characters that people can
Yeah.
audition for, and then also like queer actors don't like they're playing roles that like aren't sexual at all and are never identified, and they're just like, you know,
Happen to be.
another
Yeah, they
kid,
just
kid
are
in
gay.
college
Uh-huh.
or like whatever,
Or Stanley Tucci.
or
Or Stanley
there's Stanley
Tucci.
Tucci or Roger Bart.
What's he
Oh.
up to these days?
Being
He's
straight.
in.
You know he
uh,
dated Trisha Paytas?
Wait, Roger Bart did
Yeah.
the like musical theater
Yeah.
Desperate Housewives.
Yes,
Yes.
and he is
Wow, I didn't know
plays
that.
Cheated on her when he was in Canada filming a movie.
the doctor
These
The
lies.
doctor.
on Broadway in why can't I think
You're
of
almost
it?
there. You're
Back
so
to the
close.
Future the musical.
Wait, he's Doc?
Yes. On Broadway right now.
Roger Bart?
Yes.
He to me, I always get confused with Guy Pearce, but Roger Bart is definitely.
Wait.
Hold on.
Guy Pearce.
It doesn't make. But I don't know
Okay,
why.
I like that.
I think because on Desperate Housewives he kind of looks like Guy Pearce. Anyway, wow, he's playing Doc right now.
Yeah.
Huh? Would you guys see that
No.
when you were in New York?
No.
You missed it.
I missed it.
No.
I saw Shucked.
I saw
Was it
Shucked
fun?
too.
It was, well, it's good.
You can go for
It's
Alex
fun. You
Newell.
can go for Alex Newell. and then
Oh,
you can
so
leave.
good. Yeah.
You
I
know,
didn't see
another
it.
one where Act 2 kind of really doesn't land.
Right. Funny Girl, same thing.
I didn't see that one either.
I
Did you
saw-
see it with Leah Masher?
I did.
It's the
Wait,
girls. It's
Who
the
are
dolls.
those? Are those our
That's the
Jenner
Kardashians.
Kardashian girls?
Those
Yeah.
are Courtney Kim and
Why don't you go ahead and
Khloe.
close your Instagram chat?
Yeah.
I saw a couple
because
familiar faces in there, and I don't want to see it.
it's like as if
What are
there's
they
not,
saying to you? Yeah.
as if
They're
there's
probably
not
being like, "Let's see that wedgie."
200 tabs open. That's the one
we know
I'm
that
actively
icon.
using.
I
You
know
know
that
that
icon.
icon.
I know when people are being
Jesus
horny at you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Do you both have people sliding into? No one ever. I mean, this is not an invitation. No one ever slides into mine ever. for
Slide into
anything.
Brian's DMs.
Get in
What's
these
going
DMs.
on?
Anything
I
to
think
Put
do-
people
some
are
hole in
afraid.
cock.
Is that what
Generally, no.
Yeah.
For a long time, there was people doing that, but now it's like
like
I
trying to
can-
be sexy with you?
Yeah,
That's
and now
nice.
it just like doesn't happen at all. And
Maybe
I'm like,
that's-
what happened?
Right.
What
I
happened
wonder
to me?
because I know people who have met people.
People
on
are
there.
always
Yeah.
sliding into his. They're commenting on our
Is that
YouTube
true?
videos,
Good
being
for
like,
you.
"Dipper's hot. I want to suck Dipper's." I think all this maybe distracts and throws them for a loop.
Well, them.
Except for one time, I was dressed up like a baby in a diaper, and a man pulled
And
over
that did
and
it
he
for-
gave me a. Did it for him.
Was it any good?
No, I ended up rolling out of his car because when he was
Like a baby.
Yeah. He was blowing me, and I was like, "Why is the back of his head so shiny?" And I touched it, and he had like spray painted his head black.
Right.
And so I just was like, "I need."
That
to
is a detail you have never
I have told that.
shared
I have told that story so many times.
and never
The
talked
light
about.
was. We were in Cum Alley behind the bookstore
It's called
down
Vaseline
in
Alley.
whatever.
Oh, is it okay?
And he
I know
had
what-
a spray hair.
He had a spray. Well, the front of his hair was real, and the ring around
Color
was real.
spray.
But the color spray was on the bald spot.
I one time hooked up with a guy who took. This was in New York, also. Who took
New
me.
York.
I went back to his place after, and we were making out or something, and I touched his hair, and he goes, "Just don't unvelcro it." And I was like, "What?" And then I quickly realized his piece was like Velcro.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were Velcroed. So,
well,
but his
it's like-
attitude changed really quick when he thought I might. And then, of course, the rest of the night, that's all I wanted to do. But I didn't.
Yeah, you wanted to go like, shh, shh.
Yeah, exactly. Like a tab
Just
on
like
a
the
shoe.
sound. Oh my
Did you
God.
see
I want it.
our favorite wig wearer has longer hair nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good unit.
It's a great unit, and there's a former guest of this podcast, came in here wearing one, and we had no idea.
Oh, wait, it was that good?
It's that good. Some of them are, and they're a hairstylist, so
Were they wearing short hair or long hair?
it was short. It was short, cropped to the head. Looked real
Why was it a unit?
because it was a unit. I don't because they're bald and they want to have a unit.
Oh, I did. So they've always worn a unit. We
They've
just
been
never
wearing them
knew?
for about 8 years, and I had no idea. But now when I go back
Wow.
and look at old pictures, I'm like, oh, it's very obvious.
That's happening. Yeah.
Are you gonna go bald?
I am.
I
We
don't.
are.
You are.
I don't think I will. I think I already use like Rogaine.
Rogaine and stuff?
Yeah. I don't know how well it works, but
You
I
got a gray head of hair. It works great.
Yeah, it
that's
looks
very
good.
nice. Thank you.
Mine's
It-
not doing so great.
So I just started using that stuff, and I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think maybe it's just preventing that situation from
That's-
happening.
I'm popping
I mean,
those Nutrafol
Actually, I
dribbles.
don't use, and I pop the Nutrafol, and I don't use Rogaine. I use what's called
Yeah.
Tufernide,
Yeah.
which is Propecia, but it's in the bottle.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize they could do that, but that's what I use. It's combined.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think I need to
Preventative
get in
care.
that. Preventative care.
Facials too. So you're smart, Brian.
You're really
Wow.
well. It's because you're on TV and you got to take care of yourself.
Sure, but am I smart or am I literally throwing them dollars out the window? I don't know which it is.
Well,
You're making us
We
TV
wouldn't.
money.
Here's the thing. You look so good, we wouldn't know.
Well, thank
you.
you.
Know, like if it could go the
Wow.
other way.
That's
you could
true.
look bad.
This
That's
is
true.
real life sliding into DMs. It's happening right in front of your face.
This is it.
If I dress as a baby.
Yes.
Or
only,
if you dress
no,
as a baby.
I have to be a
okay,
baby.
that's
and
right.
You
I'll
have to be
if I
bald.
spray my entire head down,
But don't
but don't do it.
touch the Velcro.
Don't touch the Velcro.
Where? Can you tell us about the TV show you're on called 911?
Yeah, it's so.
What are the significance of those numbers?
That is a great question. So, in case you're ever in need of emergency services,
okay.
there's a little phone number you can call. 911.
Oh, it's not 213-536-9180.
You know what though? If you're in an emergency, that's not the worst number to call. I'll tell you that. They could
But if I
straighten you
dial
right out.
911, I'll get straight to Angela Bassett.
You'll get straight to me first because I work at the call center, and then I connect you with Angela Bassett or Peter Krause or Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm the conduit. Yes,
Now, what are those days like? Because you're just like pretending to be.
it's so fun. I have to be honest because it is. It's just like you're in this fantasy of like. I'm always dealing with emergency situations,
Right.
and it's always catastrophic. Occasionally, I'm also sort of the comic relief occasionally, so like they'll give me some lighter stuff. But I've been like hate crimed on that show. That was fun. I got jumped. I've had to confront an abuser on that show. That was fun. I survived an earthquake. I pulled someone out of a fire over my
Okay,
back.
I did see that one on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because did you know people take those 911
yeah.
episodes and they clip them
take-
down and then they put them on TikTok.
You can watch the whole thing.
You can
in
just
6
watch the whole
minutes.
episode.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a big,
Sure.
exciting
Sure. Where's the
Yeah.
residuals for that?
Sure.
Are we on strike
Great
for nothing?
question. Great question. Where are my TikTok residuals?
Yeah, well,
Um,
take it up with Fran.
I will. I don't think she'll take my calls right now, but I will take it up with her. By the way, I think we should have an answer about what happened with the vote, like today or tomorrow.
Oh,
Anyways, we'll see.
Oh,
that's
good.
exciting.
Yeah,
You think it's a no?
I think it's probably a yes,
I'm
but maybe it's a
hoping.
no. I know
Yeah.
it's a. I don't know which way it's going to go with that.
You're like, it's only 3 years.
Oh yeah, it's a 3-year.
It's
deal.
right. It's
It's
a
only 3
3-year
years. It's
contract.
3
right?
years, yeah.
And you're like, let's get back to work. Me and Angela
Yeah.
got crimes to solve.
Absolutely, yeah.
So was that really exciting as far as like recurring character
My God,
for
completely,
you?
because it was only supposed to be, I think, one episode, and now I've done like 50 something. And it was only,
Wow.
or like
So
40,
wild.
like 48, something like that. But it was only supposed to be, I think, 1 or 2 episodes. And it was one of those things where I auditioned with like 4 lines.
Right.
And then
You're just good.
they just sort of, and I think Tim Minear, who's one of the showrunners, and also, it's a Ryan Murphy production. They have that thing where they keep using people they like.
Right.
And so
Okay.
it feels like a nice thing, family-ish, to sort of be involved with.
I remember when the marketing first happened for that show, I was like, Angela Bassett?
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
was
on like a
Right.
procedural, like just on TV. I was like, so it's gonna be 8 episodes and then like maybe a second season. Like,
Right.
but it's so cool that it's just like it's one of those like I mean that's
I
what
feel
they
like it's just gonna go on forever.
call it a procedural, right?
Yeah,
Or
it
a
technically
drama?
is. Every episode is so big that there's like,
Yes.
that it feels. But yes, I think technically you could call it a procedural. Yeah.
Does that feel kind of wild to because you like we've talked about, you've done YouTube shows and internet shows, and even talking about attitudes, like the mini iterations of this network, that network,
Right.
independently producing it, being on a TV show. You've sort of seen all the versions of it. So I assume you know how to do all the work around it.
Right.
And now you like walk onto a set where the crew must be massive.
Massive.
And you're like, well, I hope I get my lines right so everyone can go home for dinner.
Yeah, pretty
I mean, is that
it
a
can be
wild,
nerve wracking. Yeah,
like,
it is.
experience?
It is, but everyone is like I've gotten really close with. I work with Jennifer Love Hewitt the most, and we've gotten really close, and everyone just couldn't be. Everyone is there to the crew, the director, the actors. They know what literally a big show it is. That everyone is so pro. It's
Oh,
amazing.
I love that.
That's
I've actually
really
never
cool.
worked on a more professional. Everyone goes in, and you want to be on your game because they all are, which is a nice feeling.
Do they? This is such a random question. It just popped in my brain, but like, are there like rap gifts? Like everyone gets like a sweatsuit that says 911 or like.
There have been. I'm trying to think of
Is that like weird?
I think there have
No, I
been
think
like
there's always it's always a t-shirt or a sweatshirt
or like a bomber
like
jacket.
a bomber
Yeah.
Yeah, it is always the
Or
I
you
always
get
think
a
it's
duffel
fanny
bag.
packs and
Yes,
duffel bags.
a backpack. Yeah.
I always think it's such like a.
And then you can go find them all at the Goodwill.
I
Because people
always-
immediately are like, yes.
Especially those like one season shows.
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
where it's like
I always feel like it's such a luxury when that happens because I think of it as, wow, your production was so big
right.
that someone had the ability to spend time planning that and ordering the right amount of sizes.
My guess is it was planned moments
Yeah.
before it arrived.
But do you know what I mean?
feel like that's one of those like clitty-clack rush order Friday.
But when you're all just like running around like doing everything, or there's only like 12 people, or it's an independent movie,
Sure.
you're not like thinking about like the takeaway gift.
Right.
I don't know.
I have to say though, there is like I'm certainly not like an event planner or a party planner, but that does scratch an itch for me. I feel like I would at the beginning be like, what am I gonna get? Clickety clack,
Yeah.
starting early. That would be fun.
That's true.
So maybe they do.
That would be me, but it would all be bottles of tequila with my face on it.
I would drink.
Or mezcal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's the difference?
Class.
One is smokier and made from a different plant.
Made from a different
Are you a
place.
drinker?
I do drink. I also have, and I'm saying also because it sounded like you do too. I have like all kinds of like stomach colitis-y nightmare
Oh,
stuff. So I
no.
can enjoy like a drink
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while, but anything else, anything more than that kind of f***s me up. So I don't imbibe very often, but I love a cocktail. I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've been really on making whiskey drinks every night.
Ooh.
Not like a lot.
That's like,
just
that is such a nice
just
winter
one to
thing though.
get me out, you know?
Yeah, of
Knock
course.
me out.
Is
Get
that-
you out?
Knock me out before bed. Make me a little tired.
You ever sit with your own thoughts?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Whiskey in the
Do
winter's
you?
fun, though.
Yes, constantly. Because I live alone.
Oof.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Not for long,
you-
depending
you
on your
live
DM action.
alone?
I do live alone. How is it?
Don't you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
Yeah.
It really lets me explore what a real piece of shit I can be.
Ooh.
Ah!
Ooh.
What do you do when you feel lazy?
Order food
Yes.
and get lazier.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
absolutely.
My couch is
Sprawl on my couch. When you mentioned bloodstones, I was literally like, note to self, clear them out on the way home.
Yep. Yep. It's so good. It's
so good. I love that
good.
place.
Why don't you ask Bryan the question you asked me earlier about home state?
Oh,
What did I ask? Have you ever been to home?
oh
State?
yeah.
Would you think it would be weird if I, on my way home, because I'm not going to take my makeup off,
Yeah.
but just like walked in like this?
No.
Was like, give me 3 tacos.
I think it would be beautiful.
And I like the corn. Do you like the queso they got there?
I'm not the hugest fan of the
You can
queso. You love it.
It's so good that they make the hat about it.
Can I tell you this though? I say that and I still order it every time.
Yeah,
so I think
you
I
kinda
do
got
like the
to.
queso.
But you got the mini.
I get the mini.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get the mini.
I
But I
like
love
to pour
everything
on
there.
the
It's so
taco.
good.
I like that sandwich they do on the Texas toast.
That toast.
Wait, what?
I don't know how
There's a
much
sandwich?
butter or oil they put on that toast. It doesn't
Butter
matter.
and oil.
Butter and oil.
Butter and oil. It's fucking delicious. I love
So
that
good.
sandwich. Oh my God, forget it.
All right. Well, that's what I'll do.
What I
then.
don't like is the cowboy cup. If we're going there,
What's
Oh,
the
yeah.
cowboy cup?
it's like when you want.
Bunch of
If
corn
like
and
you're trying to not eat one of the
beans.
tortillas, but like if you're gonna have tacos, like eat the fucking
the
taco.
tortilla.
Exactly.
It's a homemade
That's the Texas in
tortilla
you.
sitting right there. They're making them in front of you.
Exactly. So don't fool yourself into getting the cowboy cup.
Let's take a
And on
break
that,
and we'll be
let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Now I'm
Like,
surprised you
beautiful.
don't
Hit
have
the
your.
play button.
Where did it go? I had it in here.
You have a. Oh yeah, you do.
I was surprised you don't have your own Wikipedia page.
I know. I am too.
It's linked to the Attitudes page,
I know.
but on it, it has a writing credit that you worked on Fashion Police
I did
with
That's
Wait,
Joan
what?
Rivers.
with Joan Rivers, like way back in the day. It was after I had been fired from a job and before I got like hired on a new one. And I was fired from like a show that was not, I guess maybe, I think it was, I don't even know if it actually aired. I can't even remember.
How
What was
many
the
times have you
swag?
worked on
What's the
something where
swag?
it's just like you never see it?
A
and
lot.
It's like never existed.
A few
I know a
times.
bunch of people that were like, we shot 3 episodes of this TV show.
Where did
and
it
it's
go?
Just,
It was like that.
shelved somewhere.
I couldn't even tell you the name of it. I think it was Untitled
love
when we were
that.
working
Oh,
on it.
I
But
love that.
Yeah, but it was, and that had finished, and then Dennis Hensley, I think, had like recommended me for Fashion Police. So you would drive every day to Malibu to her daughter's house, Melissa. And yeah, Joan would sit at the table with you while you went through all the jokes. And she was like a generous laugher. It was very nice.
That's so nice.
But I wasn't there
You'd think
during
she'd
all
be
the.
a
I know
monster.
at some point they tried to. She was not. She was lovely.
Oh.
But at some point they tried to unionize, and I know people had certain feelings about her then because she didn't want that to happen. But I wasn't there for any of that.
Got it.
Yeah, it
Got
was
it.
after my
Wait,
time.
and so you would just pitch her jokes at her house, but not like go when they were shooting or anything
you
like that?
could you could go when they were shooting. It was the invitation was always there. I think sometimes for some reason I couldn't go, or like literally
She said, "Get the out the building."
Exactly. They were like, this flamer needs to be put to ashes. Yeah.
That
but
is so cool.
it was very
That's
cool.
incredible.
She
You've
was
done
great.
like everything. That's so wild.
I know, but no wiki page. That is true. That is
No,
true.
if you did have a Wikipedia page, how often would you be checking it?
I would say a couple years ago, every minute, and now less and less. Just because, honestly, because I'm an anxious person, not because I'm. But I think that's subsided somewhere. I always am working in therapy on becoming less of a people pleaser. So,
Ooh.
and it's the tail has not been shaved off yet, but like we're always working toward that.
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
even just having the conversation about it is important.
Yes.
I think you and I share this quality, Meatball,
What?
if I can speak freely. That we do things to people please, but we are not happy about it, and we will
Oh
talk
no, I will
talk
talk
a
about
whole
it.
lot of
Oh, We'll go
about
off.
the-
I will do it, and then he'll get a phone call from me, and that's when he knows it's just time to sit back and listen.
Yeah.
because I'm like,
It
this
happens very
fucking
rarely.
idiot
Yeah.
made me do.
And then I'll be like, well, so what did you do? And you're like, well, I paid for it. I got it. I showed up
Yeah.
early. I delivered it. I did it. And I have a backup just in case.
And
So
I'm
fuck
still
them.
pissed about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then like a friend will be like, well, why didn't you just say you couldn't? And I'm like, you're missing the point.
You don't understand.
You don't get
You
it.
don't get it.
You don't
You
get
You don't
it.
get how the
Yeah.
industry works. If I said no, then I would never work again.
Exactly.
Completely
They would never have me
wrong.
back.